Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Brooklyn Barons Relocation franchise here on Madden 23. And yes, I have cooled down since last episode where we very unfortunately suffered an L to the Buffalo Bills. I'm not completely over it, but I have cooled off since the end of last episode. I'm not as angry about it, but I'm not done with it. I'm not completely happy with the outcome. But that's football sometimes, and that's Madden. So we are now 7-2 on the season. We take on a poor Chicago Bears team. They're 3-5. We are still at home. We should be able to do this. I'm assuming this is going to be more along the lines of the game a couple of episodes ago before the Bills game, where we blew out our opponent. I think that's going to happen. I don't know if that is going to be the case because we blew out the Buffalo Bills a couple of episodes ago, and then we go into last episode, and that's the outcome that we get. So who knows what's going to happen? It changes every single episode. But I do have some interesting things to discuss with you guys before we actually get into the gameplay. So let's get started. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get it going. But before we start with any of the interesting things that I got to discuss with you, it's time for our annual, well, not annual, I guess our weekly, is Will Washington going to re-sign saga? The saga continues. Will Washington re-sign with us? He has absolutely zero interest in coming back, but I am willing to offer him absolutely everything to come back. He's very valuable. Now, you may be thinking, Juice, he's not that high of an overall. He's only star development. He's not that good of a player. Why are you willing to offer your entire team to bring him back? Because of the potential. Will Washington has shown flashes. Yes, he's 25. Yes, he's only star development. Yes, he's only an 82. But he has shown those flashes, those absolute flashes of brilliance that we know he can bring to the team. So we are going to offer him the world and ask him to come back. 6 years. Will, just come back. I'm not asking for a lot. Just return to the team. So now next episode we'll continue the saga. Will he return? But now into the things that I want to talk about. So first up, I did sign a few players. You may notice at the top of your screen that I have 51 players instead of 48 players. I did sign a few players in free agency just to kind of fill out the roster with a little bit more depth than we did have. We only had 2 running backs on the team since we traded away, what's his name? I forget who we traded away. Who was it that we had last year that we traded away? I can see him, I just can't picture. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I did sign this man, Kene, I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize, I didn't sign you because I could pronounce your name. I signed you because you're really fast. 94 speed, 96 excel, 88 agility, 87 change of direction. That's why I signed him, because he's fast. So he's our third running back. Will he get any playing time? Maybe. He might get some playing time. Who knows? I also signed another receiver. I signed Shaq Jordan out of Alabama. Normal development, but that's not why I brought him in. He was the fastest receiver in free agency at 99 speed, 95 excel. So he is just an absolute turn and burn kind of guy. He's just gonna torch you 6 foot. So he might get some playing time, especially if we have more Garrett Wilson injuries like we have had previously. The offensive line stays the same, and I brought one guy on defense, I think. Yeah. I brought one guy on defense, and I have to go to the specialist or the special teams to show you. It is, where's he at? Marcus Jones, the former New England Patriot in real life. he is here. He's one of my favorite current Patriots on the team, and he's super fast. He's not the greatest in coverage. He's more of a utility guy. The Patriots last season in real life used him both on defense, on offense at some points as like a wingback kind of hybrid, and then also as like a little slot receiver sometimes, and then obviously as a special teamer, as a kick returner and stuff like that, and he was pretty electric doing that. So I think he even walked off against the Jets at one point last season with a punt return. So we brought him in just for kind of that spicy extra little oomph on the kick returns. But we are also going to have still as Nate Harris be our number one, because Nate Harris has kind of earned that right. So Marcus Jones will kind of fall in behind him. So those are the 3 additions that I added to the squad. But that's not the most important part. I've been looking through some trades. Obviously, last episode, we made the big monumental trade to trade away TJ Hawkinson. But I've been thinking about other potential trade options to kind of not only free up cap space, but to get rid of some players that we're just not going to be able to sign in free agency, or in we're not going to be able to bring back with with new contract. I can't say that. For some reason, that took my brain a while to get. Guys that we're probably not going to be able to bring back with new contracts is what I wanted to say. And one of those main guys, maybe the biggest of the names, is Derek Brown. Now, obviously, you know that we have Quinnen Williams, who is a beast, and we have those 2 other young, not rookies, but young players in Quincy Alexander and Dante Jenkins. So we do have some potential replacements for Derek Brown, but if I was going to trade Derek, I would probably get another D tackle in return, along with another free safety, because you know that we have Ashton Davis as our starting free safety right now, and he was good at one point, earning star development a couple of years ago, but he's kind of dropped off since then. And I think it was the Browns who had the guys that I was looking for. Yes, it was this guy, D'Angelo White, who was drafted this year. He's a rookie this year. He has hidden development. I'm assuming it's just star, but that is okay. And then they have a free safety in Deontay Samuels, who is drafted last year. I remember looking at him in the draft class. He also has star development. So I was looking at those 2 guys as potential players. And then we already have 4 first-round picks this upcoming draft, so we don't need another first-round pick this year. We could take another first-round pick next year, though. So this was kind of along the lines of a trade that I was thinking for Derek Brown. Now, you might be thinking, Juice, that's not enough value. You're getting fleeced by the Browns. I think overall this would end up working out, because we get another D tackle who's a rookie who has hidden development, who could end up being a stud for us. We get a starting free safety in Deontay Samuels, and we get a first-round pick for next season that, who knows, maybe we don't even use next year. Maybe we use in a trade this year to trade up for somebody else. Like, you never know. It adds more value and adds more variety and more options for potential moves around and different things. So this could be a trade. I'm not going to do it right now, but this could be a trade that we do maybe later on down the line towards the end of the season, once we've already maybe finished the playoffs. I don't know, something like that. This is kind of what I'm thinking along the lines of a Derek Brown trade. Now, there's obviously a bunch of other players that we could trade for Derek Brown, but you got to remember, we can't trade Derek Brown for an established superstar unless they're a superstar on a rookie contract, because we only have $3.86 million in cap space. So we don't have that much room to work with. That's why I was kind of thinking along the lines of 2 guys that are on rookie contracts. And a first-round pick from next season, which wouldn't account for the cap space this year, so we'd be able to work around it. So that's kind of where I'm thinking for a Derek Brown trade. The other guy that I was potentially tossing out there as a potential trade piece was our guy, Ashton Davis. Now, Ashton Davis, in his history, has been pretty good. He's a pretty solid player, but as you can see, he's kind of losing morale a little bit with the team. He's still developing at a decent pace, but he lost his star development. I don't even know when he lost his star development, but he hasn't had it all year, I don't think. And he's kind of just been a guy with normal development, and he's getting older. What is he at this time? He's 29. So I was kind of looking around the league, and no, he's not a free safety, but there is a strong safety out there that I am very, very intrigued by and have wanted to get on one of my teams for ever since he's been in the league. And I gotta remember what team he's actually on. I think it was one of the teams at the top of the order. Yeah, there he is. He's on the Bengals. Jaquan Brisker is a rookie in real life, but he is a freaking stud. Yes, he's only got no development, so it's similar to what Ashton Davis has, but I just think overall he's a better player, better athlete than Ashton Davis is, and he's only 27, so he's 2 years younger than Davis. He has a little bit of a better chance to develop at a quicker pace than Ashton Davis does. He's got more opportunities too because he's 2 years younger, so he's not regressing as much. I think swapping Davis for Brisker could be a good idea. I'm not going to do this trade either. I don't know if this would even go through straight up. It might go through straight up. I haven't done it yet. I'd probably have to throw in a draft pick, I would assume. But this one, I'm probably more on board with this one than I am with the Derek Brown potential trades. And yes, I did go over the trade market with Derek Brown, but there wasn't really anything that I was interested in too much. So what we would have to do is we could either move Brisker to free safety, to play free safety, or we could have one of these two guys move to free safety. But also, we would bring in Deontay Samuels, who is a free safety, so like we would have to move on from Jerome Monroe. Like, there's different things that we can work with here, but I know that I want to bring in a new free safety. I just don't know who that is going to be. Corner, we're looking pretty solid in. Now that we have Marcus Jones, we don't really need Greg Benson anymore, so Greg Benson could get tossed into a trade. There's a couple different things that we could do, and Greg Benson might actually get traded today. And you know what? Greg Benson and a first-round pick, because we have 4 of them. If we trade Greg Benson and a first-rounder, pick 32, because nobody wants to pick at pick 32, and we go to the get offers, what kind of things can we get? Not much. At least not in terms of anybody that I recognize. They're all auto-generated guys. But if we throw in Greg Benson and a 2027 first-round pick, we might actually be able to get something pretty solid back in return. Maybe even a first-round pick from this season. I know it's pick 32, but if we ask like the Denver Broncos for pick 6, I don't know what this would do to our cap space, but it could end up being something that ends up being good for us. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at what Derek Brown's penalty is to trade him away. Let me quickly do that right now. I don't know what Derek Brown's penalty is. If we go to salaries, I probably should have just went down the straight up thing. All right, penalties for Derek Brown. He's under contract for this season, so we need to pay him. Did I pass him? There he is. So his penalty is 0. So we don't take any sort of penalty for even releasing him, let alone for trading him away. Ashton Davis does have a $2 million penalty. That's another thing that is a little interesting. So at least we know that he's 0. So his contract wouldn't matter. We could just cut him, but I'm not going to do that because I want to get at least some value for him. So those are just some things that I'm thinking about, some interesting things just to get cycling in your guys' heads too. And if you have any offers or any ideas for trades for potential guys, maybe even guys that I'm not thinking of that you think might need to get a new change of scenery. So leave them down below in the comments, and we can definitely have a conversation about that. But on to today's episode, which is the game against the Chicago Bears. They still have Dave Montgomery. We've played this team before, haven't we? I think we have. Didn't we play this team early last season? I think we did. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly when we played this team, but they do. That's right, we have played this team because they have Zach Wilson. Remember at the very, very beginning of the series, we traded Zach Wilson to the Bears to get Justin Fields, who we eventually sent to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get Jalen Hurts. But Zach Wilson we moved him to the Bears to get Justin Fields originally. So we have played this team before. In year 1, we played the Chicago Bears because Zach Wilson came back and played us. So we've played this team at least one time. I don't know how Zach Wilson's been doing in his time here. He's obviously not developed that great. So 79 overall at star development, so he's not doing too great, but who knows? Maybe he's playing over what his overall says. We're going to stick with the throw it short method. We're going to go with the turnovers because we usually do. And we've got Brendan Flowers, Alani Johnston, Steve Smith, Ballantyne, Trevor Allen, and Jerome Monroe. I like that. And I'm hoping we can have a clean bill of health for our receivers because we've kind of had some ups and downs, especially with Garrett Wilson for this last month or so of the season, month and a half. We do get some upgrades. Who gets an upgrade? Nick Bolton and Brendan Flowers both get upgrades. So Brendan Flowers goes up to a 70, which is awesome. You love to see it. And I just want to quickly check the injury report, make sure there's nobody of notice on there. Sawyer Dart will miss today's episode with a back strain. And McLaughlin will miss today's episode as well. Okay, so those are some kind of big misses right there, some big injuries. We lose our starting left tackle for today's episode, so that's not great. We will have to have Alani Johnson move over there. So the rookie will move over to left tackle. We'll see how that goes. That's probably not going to go well, but he's going to move over there. We've got McLeod starting with Josh Allen. Roosevelt Patton will move in there. Okay, I don't mind that. I think that we'll be good there. Special teams, Nate Harris is still there, and then the specialist is fine. Okay, fine. Let's do this. We should be good to go to play the Chicago Bears. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the team. Almost forgot. Let's take a look at what the team has on their roster. They've got Zach Wilson as their quarterback. We knew that. They've also got a rookie from South Alabama, Rod Fowler. Hardly know her. David Montgomery and Darren Culver are the running backs in the room. They've got Quez Watkins, Nico Collins, Allen Robinson, but he's very old. Mike Scott, but he's injured, and Leonard Cousins. Not the greatest wide receiver room. I can see why they only have 3 wins. Mike Gesicki is here at tight end, but they also have Greg Spicer. Hardly know her. He is out of Washington, a rookie. Offensive line, Andrew Thomas, Brian Watson, Mike McIntosh, Cody Ford, and Philip Waddle. What a name. So they're kind of mid on the offensive line. I wasn't expecting much. Travis Gibson, Jermaine Johnson II, so former Baron. I really miss Double J. I do. I wish we could have paid him. And Dante Zimmerman on the D-line. Then you got Quincy Roche, but he's injured, so they'll have Lindsey Waters, a second-year man out of Washington, as their linebacker. Then you got Jermaine Pratt, middle linebacker, and Roquan Smith still here at outside linebacker, right outside linebacker. Corners, Jalen Johnson, Darnay Holmes, big play Darnay. Michael Carter II, but he's injured. Ron Rutherford and Taylor Reynolds. So their corners are not that great. We can really abuse these. Xavier Woods is the free safety. Dwayne Hurst is the strong safety. Cade York and Jake Camarda are the kicker punter. All right, very mid team. And as you could probably tell, because their ratings are flat 80s. So it's a very, very mid Chicago Bears team. But we have experience with this team. We have history with this team. So there could be some tension. There could be some underlying storylines that we're not seeing yet. Maybe Jermaine Johnson coming back to FDR for the first time. We'll see how it goes. If you enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go play the Bears.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Brooklyn Barons. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears. And this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets them.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Chicago Bears and the Brooklyn Barons from FDR Stadium here in Brooklyn, New York. We're ready to go against our former quarterback. At one time, we thought he was the future of the franchise. We thought we were going to go into the stratosphere with Zach Wilson. It didn't work out that way. We ended up getting Justin Fields in return. It didn't work out necessarily with him either, but then we finally landed on our Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jalen Hurts. So I think all in all, the path that led us to Jalen Hurts was one that's going to work out in the end. And that's a long ball already. Ashton Davis and Derwin James contributed to that one. But Zach Thomas not wasting any time in his return to FDR. He's slinging it for the heavens on that one. And that's going to be a nice throw. Caught, dropped by Gesicki. Good play by the man tailing Gesicki there. I thought he was going to have a nice catch there. But he doesn't. In and out of the hands. It's 3rd and 10 on the first drive for Chicago. And that's going to be a throw. It's going to be knocked incomplete. Ashton Davis, he heard the trade rumors, and he's involved in 2 of the first 3 plays of the drive. And it's a 3-and-out for Chicago on their first time here in FDR. Although I think that the game a couple of years ago when we played them was also here at home. So this isn't their first time in this stadium. But here comes the aforementioned Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jalen Hurts. And we're not going to mention what happened in the last episode where he completely sold that last throw and threw an interception, which kind of cost us the game. It did cost us the game. We're just going to move right on from it and go on to this episode. And fortunately, it looks like the run game is still not going to be available, even though I've tried for the past month to get the run game going. It just hasn't been working. I don't know what to do differently. Maybe we could change playbooks to go to a more run-friendly playbook, and that's going to be an interception on Jalen Hurts' first throw. They brought an all-out blitz, so I had to get the ball out quickly. And the ball just didn't, or it wasn't even the bad placement of the ball. It was just A.J. Brown didn't run to it as much as I wanted to. I tried to get him to go aggressive. He just didn't do it, and the safety steps up in front and just picks it off. I had an all-out blitz coming from the Bears. I knew I had to get it out quickly. Not really anybody was open. I mean, Garrett Wilson you could consider open, but maybe the same thing happens with that throw that happened here. But it's an interception, an early one. And the Bears, instead of having a 3-and-out and having to sit on defense for a while, they will go right back out on offense and try to capitalize on the momentum that they have. It's slight as of right now, but it is a little bit of momentum. 2nd down and 9 after the run. Zach Wilson's got time. He throws it, and he's got nowhere to go. He throws it out of bounds. He is 0 for 4 today through the air, and it is 3rd and 9. There is no field goal opportunity just yet. They could obviously change that with a couple of good yardage here, but that's going to be a flag on the play. It's probably a hold. It was an incomplete pass anyway, and it is a holding call. I think what I might do is take the 4th down and 9 so they have to punt the ball back to me. I'm not going to risk them getting some fluky 3rd and 19 first down or something because I know that would happen. So we might as well just take the 4th down, especially since he didn't complete it, and just let that go out of bounds. And it's another 3-and-out for the Chicago Bears. Now let's try to get the run game going, even though I don't think that's going to happen. I'll try it. I will try it. And once again, there is absolutely no lane for me to run, and I have lost 5 yards on 2 run plays. Someone explain the efficiency of that to me. I have -5 rushing yards on the day today. That's going to be the first completed catch, and it's a broken tackle by A.J. Brown, but I wish he wouldn't have stumbled there. He could have had some good yardage. But he does stumble. He gets a first down, so it's all good, but he could have had more yardage if he would have not stumbled there. And that actually looked like it was going to be a successful run. Unfortunately, it's not. It's only a yard. It looked like I had a big lane there to run through. I'm going to have to throw this to Washington. He's going to hold on for the catch. And also in the last episode, we had a couple of unfortunate drops. Well, not drops. Unfortunate incomplete passes to Will Washington where he just couldn't get the... It was a mixture of him not being able to get both his feet down and Jalen Hurts not throwing an accurate ball. And I just had to throw that. And Justin Jefferson holds on for the catch. Wow. I thought I was going to have to throw another pick or something. Originally, I thought I was going to run this ball. It looked like I had a lot of... Doesn't this look like I have a lot of open space? Like on this right side over here? It looks like I got a ton of open space over here. But of course, knowing Madden, I knew that instantly as I start to run away, It's an insta-shed from the block, and the lineman's right there on me, so I knew I had no chance of scrambling. He was going to sack me no matter what, so I just heave it. You got to yeet it up there, and Justin Jefferson, I have no idea how he came down with this pass. This is always a breakup. Like, 10 times out of 10, this is a breakup. I don't know how he came up with this, or came down with it, I should say. But thank God he did, because it worked out for us, and it's a first down for the Barons. That is 100% luck right there. We should not have come down with that. At least he usually doesn't come down with that. And that is, I'm just trying to get Saquon out of the negative. I don't want Saquon in the negatives anymore. I'm trying. You got to remember that we still are working with a rookie left tackle who's not even playing his true position. He's a right tackle, but he switched over to left tackle. So we are working without our starter. And I probably threw this a little bit later than I wanted to, and I did. It's going to be incomplete. If I was going to throw that, I needed to throw it right there. I needed to snap it. And unfortunately, we have to settle for a field goal from 50 yards. Luckily, Evan McPherson has been almost automatic throughout his career here in Brooklyn. The only misses have been my fault, I would think. So McPherson drills it, and we lead 3-0. At least we got some points. At least we got some points out of that. It's been two very difficult drives on offense. Luckily for the defense, we've been able to force 2 3-and-outs. So you can't really complain too much on defense, but on offense, it's been rocky. It's been a very rocky start. Zach Wilson comes back out onto the field for the first time, or for the third time. From the 25-yard line, they're going to hand it off. It's Steve Smith in the backfield. Montgomery's going nowhere. It seems like no team can get the running game going in the first quarter. Both teams struggling with the run game. They have 0 passing yards. Zach Wilson's yet to complete a pass today. And it's 2nd down and 13 after the loss. Wilson has time. It closes quickly. Not getting complete. There it is. I think that was just off the hands. I don't think that was an incomplete, or that was a deflection or like a breakup or anything. I think that was just off of his hands. He's got brick hands. Wilson going deep again. Ashton Davis incomplete, and it bounces around for Sauce. It's an interception, and I'm bouncing. I was trying to pick it off, so I pressed triangle a few too many times. But it's intercepted by Sauce in the craziest of ways possible. Ashton Davis once again involved in the play, knocking that out. Oh, we gotta take a second look at this. I need a replay. I thought I was gonna get the sack, but he gets the ball away. So the ball is fired in. It's 2-on-1. I don't know where he's thinking. I am playing Kentavious Bishop here in the back. I think it's Kentavious. No, it's Sauce in the back. I'm playing Sauce in the back. That's why he goes up behind him, because that's me jumping. And then Ashton Davis, thank God, comes in, bumps him off the ball. It kicks up off of his shoe. Yeah, it bounces off of the receiver's shoe. It bounces off of the hip of Kentavious Bishop. And it falls right into the hands of Sauce Gardner. He just happened to be paying attention. And then I was trying to pick it off. That's why I was pressing triangle. So that's why he jumps 2 times. He's trying to bunny hop his way to the end zone. And then he gets just blown up by the player here, the receiver. That looks like a Heisman pose almost. That might have to be the thumbnail right there. That's pretty cool. All right, what a moment that was, and what a game changer that could end up being for the Barons. We have a 3-point lead with the field goal, but we have a chance to go even higher because of the turnover from the defense. And that's what you've come to expect from this defense, really. George Patton with a nice catch. You've come to expect turnovers from this defense. We force at least 3 a game. At least that's what I try to do. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And I'm going to have to float that over. Will Washington catches, drags the feet. Little toe drag swag. And that is a first down from the 14-yard line. Under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're going to try to run the football to get positive yards. And Ramondre will get a good block. Ramondre Stevenson bowls his way to the 1. Ramondre Stevenson. I'm very happy that we decided to re-sign Ramondre back in, what was it, year 1 we decided to do that? Or year 2 maybe? I think it might have been after year 2. It was a good decision all in all because he's a very solid backup running back for us. And I think we're going to go with a little bit of trickery here. We're going to go with a fake fullback running back flip. And it all depends on if this guy right here on the edge, that might be Roquan Smith, if he falls for it or not. He does fall for it. Barkley to the end zone. Touchdown, Barons. It almost didn't work. Roquan was right there. But Saquon just beats him to the end zone. And we have a 9-0 lead. Hopefully 10, and it should be 10 with McPherson putting that through. 10-0, the Barons lead in the second quarter. The Bears have been able to do diddly squat against this Barons defense, and that is exactly to plan. That's what we wanted to do from the get-go. We wanted to force 3-and-outs, force turnovers, and we've done both of those things in this first half. That's going to be, oh, I wanted a huge hit, but he just kind of juked me there, and it sent me the wrong way. But we get him to the 19. That's favorable field position for us. And we go back on defense. Come on, boys. Get to Zach Wilson. A lot of these guys never played with Zach Wilson on this team, so they don't know the history that we have with these guys. Nick Bolton, especially one of those guys that didn't play. Steve Smith never played with him. Quinnen Williams did. Sauce Gardner did. Derwin James did. Other than that, not many people on defense did. That's going to be another incomplete pass. He is 0 for 8 today. 0 for 8 from Zach Wilson. Oh, Derek Brown, I think, played with him too. And that's going to be, oh, I won a sack. It's going to be a pick right to Kentavious. And he's got green grass. Kentavious to the end zone. Touchdown, Barons. It's a pick 6. Now, Zach Wilson, to be fair, had pressure in his face immensely, so he just had to just launch it wherever. And he happens to throw it right to Kentavious Bishop. There is no Chicago Bear within 15 to 20 yards of this throw, and Kentavious gallops his way into the end zone for a pick 6. Pick? And that is 17-0 Barons lead. This is exactly the type of outcome I needed. This is exactly the type of just reset, forget about last episode, kind of get right game that we needed. 17-0. We've been so dominant on defense, forcing bad throws. Zach Wilson is 0 for 9 throwing the football today, so we have been super dominant. If I could bring him down, thank you. And now they start from the 28-yard line. Will Zach Wilson throw another throw? He is 0 for 9 with 2 picks today. We need another turnover to complete that staff goal. It's not like we need staff points at this point anyway. But they are -3 yards total yardage because they have no passing yards and -3 rushing yards. And I'm going to be in the backfield again, but I screwed it up. Luckily, we were there to not allow him to get many more yards, but that could have been a big negative play again. Josh Allen injured on that one. We don't have a lot of linebacker depth, so that's not good. I'm hoping he is not out for a while. We do not have a lot of linebacker depth. That's going to be finally the first completed throw of the day, but that ball is knocked out by Ashton Davis. Oh my God. Ashton Davis does not want to get traded. He picks up his own fumble. He tries to juke out Zach Wilson, and he goes down at the 21. Ashton Davis might have just saved himself his job. The first completed pass of Zach Wilson's day today, and it's a forced fumble by Davis. He picks up his own fumble after staring down the receiver. What a game so far by the defense. And that's the third turnover. That's what we needed. That is the third turnover by this defense. And it's all in the first half, and we still cannot run the football. We only got that one run with Ramondre. We got like maybe 11 yards or something out of it. Other than that, we have been nada. Absolute zero from the run game, even negative from the run game. So that is not ideal. I'm going to throw that a little quicker than I wanted to, and it's an interception back to the Bears. I got hit on the throw. I didn't have a chance. It wasn't an open receiver anyway. And that's number 2 for Jalen Hurts in terms of interceptions. So I'm reverting back to old juice. I don't want to go back there. That's bad. Oh, that's an actual completed pass. Derwin James, big hit. He finally has his first full completed catch where it's not a turnover, it's nothing, it's an actual catch. They got yards, and it's another play. It took him until, what, 4:50 in the second quarter to do it? And Shaquem McLeod in the backfield, but he couldn't get there. It's a screen pass. Derwin James, another big hit. He's starting to soften these guys up so they pop that ball out, especially with downhill hit sticks and stuff. I thought that Shaquem could get to Zach Wilson even with the screen, but he was just a little bit short. That's going to be Montgomery. He breaks a couple of tackles. Still is going to lose yardage, only 1. But he almost lost like 3 or 4 if he wouldn't have fought hard to break those tackles. We do get the ball to start the second half, so that's good. We can try to continue our dominance and not throw another interception. The only problem is I don't want to throw the interceptions, but I have to. Well, I don't have to throw the interceptions, but I have to throw the ball because I can't run the ball. Shaquem McLeod fights through all the pressure, all the blocking, and gets a sack on Zach Wilson. This Bears offense is just dreadful. They are horrible. Zach Wilson's completed two passes in the entire game, and one of them was caught and then subsequently fumbled. Nate Harris will get to the 29-yard line, and we go back on offense, hoping not to throw another interception because I really don't want to do that. Unfortunately, this Bears defense has not been too bad. I know we have 17 points, but one of them was a pick 6, and the other was just a lucky fake running touchdown with Saquon Barkley. That's going to be dropped by Justin Jefferson. I mean, Jalen Hurts has not had the best day today. This Bears defense has been a lot better than their offense has. I'll give them that. I don't even know who's open here. I got to throw it to somebody, and that's going to be Washington somehow finding open space. I don't know how that worked, but it did. 3 catches for him. He's trying to fight for a bigger contract. I want to give him a bigger contract. The rookie Mason catches it. First catch of the day for him. He gets a first down. He recently just caught his first actual touchdown of his career, and that's going to be A.J. Brown working in the slot today, and he catches it for a big gain down to the 25-yard line. Finally, something explosive happens for this offense. I feel like it's just been little checkdowns the entire day because it has been. But finally, a big explosive play. A.J. Brown delivers on a good catch. I wish it would have been more in stride than it was, but it worked out. It worked out in the end. And now we go from the 25, stand in the pocket, fire it to Jefferson. He was the only guy I was looking at the entire time. From the 6 now, we go running back draw with Barkley because I'm trying to get him out of the negatives. It's not happened. I am sorry, Saquon. I am trying my hardest to get you run plays, but the offensive line is just not doing its job, combined with the Chicago Bears being the greatest run defense team of all time. And Jefferson off his hands again. That's the second time this drive he has dropped that. Not that same play, but he's dropped a pass twice today in the same drive. From the 7, it's 3rd and goal. That's picked off. Are you kidding me? And now he's going to possibly return this for a pick 6 unless Will Washington can throw him out of bounds. Are you kidding me that Darnay Holmes picked that off? How is this picked off? I mean, it's behind him, yes. Why does Justin Jefferson go backwards? Why does he fall back to the ball? Why not? I know you're trying to get a touchdown, but be aggressive. Go to the ball. That's what Darnay did. They don't call him Big Play Darnay for nothing. He steps in front, picks off the ball, and takes it for a decent return, too. Man. With what happened last episode combined with these stupid turnovers that we've had so far today, it has not been a good stretch for me. I'm just happy that we've kind of contained this Bears offense to an extent so far in this game. We've got 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. It's so frustrating that I can't run the ball. Like, I don't want to pass the ball as much as I have been, but I have to because we're not going to get any yards if I don't pass the ball. I literally can't run the ball. I've ran it like 9 times in total between the 2 running backs, and we've gotten, what, 11 yards with Ramondre, but negative with freaking Saquon? How can I not get the sack there? Roosevelt Patton finally tracks down Zach Wilson, gets the sack. They lose a lot on that one. It is 2nd and 20. Under a minute to go. They have 1 timeout. They're still in field goal range, I would assume. Deep field goal range, but still in field goal range. And they're going to get back into field goal range with that one. They've got 1 timeout, so we'll see when they use it. They're not going to use it here. They're going to try to get even closer, or even score, I guess. If we can get another sack, that'd be epic. Roosevelt Patton, can he do it? Yes, he can! Number 2 for Roosevelt. And they're going to have to take their timeout. They haven't done it yet. They use it with 2 seconds remaining. They're going to go for it? No, they're going to kick the field goal. This is a deep field goal. There is absolutely no shot they make this. It's up. It's got the length, but it did not have the angle. It was off center from the start, and that is how we end the half. So the Bears stay with zeros on the scoreboard. And this has just been an ugly game from both sides, but majority from our offense. It's been ugly for both offenses. The defenses have been unbelievable. Both teams' defenses have been great. I know we have 17 points, but really we only have 10 points on offense at least. Other than that, it's just a pick 6. So their defense has been pretty good, and that's just a god-awful stat line from Jalen Hurts. I don't know why he's happy and high-fiving people and doing all that kind of stuff. He should be very disappointed in his performance today because he's had really bad throws. And the offensive line should be very disappointed in their performance because we have not been able to run the ball successfully at all. The legit best run of the day for Saquon Barkley finally gets out of the negatives. I really did not want him to end with negative yards on his resume there. We're going to try a read option. It's been successful this season. Is it going to be successful here against the Bears? To a point. I'm going to slide. I'm not risking a fumble, nothing. We got the first down. It wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. It worked. And in a game like this, where the offense has been very stagnant and not doing anything successful, I'll take it worked. Saquon able to get 2 more yards out of it. I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to milk the clock. I'm just trying to drain as much time off as possible, as getting as many yards as possible so that we can run the clock, and that's another loss of yard. Oh my God, it's just, why can I not run the football? Why are the Chicago Bears defense the greatest run defense of all time? And why have the defenses in the past couple of episodes been so good at stopping the run? I don't understand it. That's going to be an incomplete pass. A.J. Brown, he drops it, but you know we don't punt the football on this channel. So we're going to go for it. 4th and 10 from the 32. Throw it quickly to A.J. Brown. It's another incomplete pass. Or not incomplete. It's another interception. I'm not really sure. That's kind of similar to how I threw the pick against the Bills last episode. I don't know what the problem is with this throw. Why it doesn't go directly to where I want it to go. But this is almost exactly how I threw the pick against the Bills to lose the game. Almost to a T. That's crazy. That's a little spooky how similar that the passes are. And once again, it's an interception. That's 4 for Jalen Hurts today. That now puts him in double digits, I think, for the season. Although he might have had it already. Unfortunately. They're going to run not QB sneak, read option. It's a holding call, but lay a big hit on him. That is it. There's the fumble. I knew we could get a big hit. Derwin James finally pops it out. It's probably a hold. And it is. We will accept the penalty. Oh, no. I accidentally pressed accept. I just screwed myself out of the ball. God, I'm an idiot. I didn't mean to press accept. My brain said accept, so my mouth said accept, so my thumb said accept. I hate my life. I want to die. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Why am I the dumbest? I am literally the dumbest person on the planet. Why did I do that? I accidentally pressed X because my brain was saying X for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I guess I got confused because they were on offense, but then they fumbled it, so then they were on defense, and then we were on offense, and I don't know. I can't explain why I pressed X. All I know is I did press X. And now I give them a chance to kick a field goal, even though it's pretty similar to the one they kicked earlier at halftime and they lost, or they missed it. And he's going to shank it again. So thank God they didn't capitalize off of my idiot mistake. God, I'm so dumb. Man, I'm an idiot. God. I don't know if there's a person on this planet that's dumber than me, because that might have been top tier dumb moments of all time in human history. I can't believe I did that. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. That's what it was. God, I'm stupid. I apologize for my stupidity, and you had to see that. But luckily, the Bears didn't capitalize on my stupidity, and they missed the field goal and still have 0 points. So we somehow got bailed out of my idiocy. 3rd and 3. Trying to run as much clock down as possible because I just don't want to be. This game is just, all in all, just gross. I don't want to be here anymore. 4 interceptions for Jalen Hurts is just disgusting. It's horrible. It's reminiscent of like the times when we had Zach Wilson and Justin Fields when we were throwing these bad balls all day. And I don't want to be back at those times. Those were the dark times. I had to throw it sooner than I wanted to. A.J. Brown was getting held by his corner, so I couldn't throw it. He couldn't make his break as accurately as I wanted him to, or as quickly as I wanted him to. And that's going to be to Barkley. He's going to not even be able to catch the ball. That might have been Jalen Johnson out there stopping that one. 3rd and 10. Are we going to be forced to kick another field goal? I really don't want to. I'm going to give this to Mason. Mason at the 1. He holds on, the rookie. Good job. Now we do have the opportunity to go QB sneak, the juice special. From the 1, we'll see how Ramondre does. Ramondre fights. He loses 2, and he's down to 3. God, why can we not run the football? All I want to do is just run the ball a little bit, but it's just non-existent for some reason. I don't know what is going on. That's going to be a touchdown. It was a sketch ball throw, but it's Garrett Wilson catch. His first catch of the day is a touchdown for Brooklyn, and we go 23-0 on the Bears. This has been one of the ugliest games of the season, and yet we're winning 24-0. You'd think by my tone that we'd be down and I'd be frustrated. I am frustrated, but we're not down. We're actually blowing out the Bears. I guess you could consider this a blowout. It's kind of on the lower side of a blowout, but it is. I mean, 24-0 is a big score. Just unfortunately, the defense is about the only bright spot for both teams. I'm not happy with this offense one bit, and I know that the Bears are not happy with their offense, how they've performed. They've had misfortune with the fumble, but interceptions galore by Zach Wilson, and that's going to actually be a good play by Mike Gesicki. 114 yards. Almost to the 4th quarter. Please, God, take me to the 4th quarter. That's going to be one-on-one. Kentavious gets beat. Allen Robinson, the veteran receiver, Moss Kentavious Bishop, and it's a big-time throw from the Bears. And now we go into the 4th quarter from the 13 for Chicago. That's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a broken tackle, but nope, not a broken tackle. He's able to fall forward and get to the line of scrimmage. I don't know how he got to the line of scrimmage, but he did. 2nd down and 10. And it's another handoff, and this time Josh Allen's going to make sure he brings him down. It's a loss of 1. God, neither team can run the ball. This is gross. This is absolutely gross. 3rd and 11 from the 15. You got to think that they're going to go for this on 4th down if they have to. It's going to be another handoff, and they will have to at least think about it from the 8. They got to go for this. They can't take field goals. In the 4th quarter, down 24. Yeah, they're going to go for it. 4th and 8 from the 11. We have a chance to stop them here. But they also have a chance to get a 1st down without scoring. I'd rather let them score than get the 1st down. They get the 1st down from the 1. I don't know how I didn't pick that off. I pressed triangle a million times, but for some reason he just didn't jump. Trust me, I'm pressing triangle this entire time. Let me see, when can I, okay, I've turned into him here. This is right, okay, I turned into him right here. I am pressing triangle the entire time I've turned into him. Nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened. It's a catch, and it is a 1st down at the 1. From the 1. It's a running back. Oh, no, it's not. It's a play action. Why? Roosevelt Patton injured. We don't have depth on the D-line, so I hope that's not serious. But it's a sack on Zach Wilson. Why they went play action from the 1, I have no idea. They had to have known I was going to bring pressure. But they decided to go with it, and it is a sack. And then they subsequently run the ball and get some yards back, but it's 3rd and goal from the 5. Come on, boys. Force a field goal. Actually, they're probably going to go for it again if they have to. To the end zone. Thompson with his hand in there. Good job. Gets his big meaty paw in there, and it's 4th and goal from the 5. Come on, boys. Stop them here. It's either touchdown or turnover. There's no in between. Josh Allen. I want to die. How is that a completed catch, let alone a touchdown? I don't understand how that physically got through. No, you're not snapping this ball just yet. How did this get through? There is 2 guys right there. Oh, thanks, Nick Bolton, for just extending your arm and trying to slap it out. You should have been able to jump in front of that. If I throw that, that's a pick. 1,000 times out of 1, that's an interception. But unfortunately for me, it's just a touchdown, and they get the 2-point conversion because of course they do. Who runs the ball in a 2-point conversion? The AI, and of course they're gonna get it. They don't go onside kick. I thought they would. I mean, there's only 4 minutes left. They gotta know I'm gonna just try to milk this clock as much as possible. They should have tried to go onside kick. Yeah, it's still kind of early, but 4 minutes left is not a whole lot of time. Oh, this game's just been gross all around, but we are in front, so just think of how annoying I would be to listen to if we were losing 24-8 with the way this game has gone. Oh God, I wouldn't want to watch that video. I'd be insufferable. Ugh. I mean, you already had to listen to my complaining last episode. Back-to-back videos of me complaining, I mean, I've been complaining this episode too, but not to the point where I would be obnoxious like I would be if we were losing. Luckily, Saquon has been doing his job. The offensive line's actually been doing their job. And we've been able to piece together some sort of run game here in the final minutes. 2nd and 5, under 3 minutes to go. Another handoff. Barkley will get inches? Yeah, 3rd and inches. I didn't think they'd give him that. They never do. If we could take this to the 2-minute warning, then they're probably going to kick or start calling timeouts. There's the first down. Got it. The accelerated clock will probably take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will. So now they're going to start calling their timeouts. We got to be strategic about this. We've got to get one more first down. This game's not over if we don't get a first down. So we have to get 10 yards on these last couple plays. There's a handoff to Barkley. He's going to fight forward, and he got most of them right there. 2nd down and 4. That's a huge play, actually, because that cuts down our yardage a lot. They used their first timeout, but we're not going to get any blocking, so we just lost yardage on them. My God, give me some sort of blocking. We've actually had success in this drive running the football, but of course I can't get it one last time that I need it. 3rd and 5, I got to go to the run game, or I got to go to the pass game, I should say, and that's going to be Justin Jefferson. He's going to be wide open, and why run the timeout when you can just score and put this game out of reach? 1:47 to go. There is absolutely zero shot the Chicago Bears will win this game. Oh, at least I got a passing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. That's 2 actually, because I threw one to Garrett Wilson. So I mean, I threw 4 interceptions today, but 2 passing touchdowns. Whatever. 1:47 to go. 31-8. We have beaten this Bears offense to a bloody pulp, but they still continue to get up. From the 25, Zach Wilson, deep step back. He's got his man. It's a catch. And it is a first down. They give him forward progress. We need a snap. We need a snap. He gets the ball out of bounds. They still have 1 timeout, by the way. Don't forget that. Minute 22. It's going to be a screen. Nick Bolton's there. Good job. There's the snap. Zach Wilson fires it. They're trying. They're not going to get anything out of this except for maybe a touchdown. What's that going to do? Knocked him out of bounds, which is not what I wanted to do. That was a good throw, but a really good route. Those corner routes always work for the AI. Not always for me, but they do probably or usually work for the AI, and that's wide open. That's a play that I would run. The Bears are making this game look closer than it was. We know that it was a blowout. but the final score will not directly reflect a blowout. And somehow he scores again. I don't know how he got that 2-point conversion. They're really trying in this one. That's the fastest I've seen the AI move in a time when they actually needed to in a long time. They don't usually do that. That's going to be caught by Ramondre. He'll just go down. 36 seconds left. They got one time. They didn't even use a timeout on that because Gesicki got out of bounds. 36 seconds left. We could just put this away with a field goal. I mean, it's over anyway. Ramondre will make them use their final timeout, and then we can just get out of here with a nice W. Ugly game, but we get the win, and I guess a win is a win. There we go. That's the final play. We're just going to put the hands off the controller, take the W, let the clock run down. We win 31-16. Not as much of a blowout on the final score as we actually know it was, because they scored that final touchdown. But it is a nice, fat victory, our 8th of the year. It's a nice comeback game after losing to the Bills. It's not the greatest game for Jalen Hurts. 211 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4 BS stupid interceptions. We could not run the football whatsoever today. 60 yards was a grind and a touchdown for Barkley. 14 for Ramondre. He did actually okay. Washington had 4 catches for 37 yards. Jefferson had 3 for 76 and a touchdown. Wilson had a touchdown as well. Defensively, 7 tackles for Nick Bolton. He's always at the top. Steve Smith had 6. A lot of tackles for loss. We stopped the run game as well. We had 4 sacks, Roosevelt Patton had 2, I think on the same drive. Shaquem had 1 and Nick Bolton had 1. 2 interceptions. Kentavious Bishop with the pick 6, and Sauce Gardner also had the interception off the deflection and a bunch of bouncing around and stuff. So that is the stats. We win 31-16. It was ugly, but we got it done. Next episode, we will play the Las Vegas Raiders. Almost said the Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. They are 2-7, so we have been on a pretty nice stretch of playing teams that are pretty bad, except for the Bills. Thrown in there, the rest of the teams that we've played so far in this little month or month and a half stretch have been under 500 and pretty bad. Another home game, then we have the bye week, then we have the Patriots. So, and it looks like we have the Cougars actually, because there's no logo up there at the top on week 14, so I'm assuming that's the Chicago Cougars. So that's pretty cool. I don't think we've played the Cougars at all this in this series, so that'll be pretty fun. But that's in a couple episodes. We got the Raiders next episode, which I will also, at the end of that episode, I'll simulate past the bye week, and then we'll go into week 13 for the next episode after that. So it's a few episodes away from the Cougars, but we can look forward to it. Also in the next episode, we have our focus player scouting that we have to do, so that's pretty fun. We can take a little bit more of an in-depth look into who I'm kind of thinking is the right fit for this team, what positions we may need, what positions we're looking for. So stuff like that. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, even though it was kind of an ugly one on offense. The defense came to play, that's for sure. Next episode's against the Raiders, obviously. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.